हेलो एवरीवन, दिस इज सारा from the कहानी सुनो with कबीर and सारा podcast. कैसे हैं आप लोग आज? As promised, I'm here pretty quickly, I might add, to deliver to you the part 3 of my series, The 9 Lives. This part is titled Bobby. So let's get on with it. I found myself on the sofa. The pressure cooker whistled in the background. I heard the soft purr of a cat around me. Pookie. Where was I? I looked around. The same small apartment. I was still making the 3-course meal for Arya. What had felt like a lifetime was only a few minutes. My heart was heavy. Had I fallen asleep and dreamed up the whole thing about getting married to Arya and him walking out to me in the rain? Thank goodness. Had I been here all the time? My head buzzed like I had been millions of miles away. The heaviness in my head slowly began to subside. Pookie helped too, drawing my attention to itself. I put milk down for Pookie. It lapped it up, eyes closed. This was no super cat bestowing boons. It had to be my imagination. I let out a sigh of relief, but it would have been an interesting ride for sure. The pressure cooker whistled again. If you don't get it now, Arya, you will have burnt Horma. I felt much better turning my attention to the mundane things in life that needed my immediate and complete attention. I looked at the table. It looked pretty sparse with 3 serving dishes and 2 plates. Maybe I should have made a 5-course meal instead of a 3-course. Maybe some pakoras as the appetizer and the dessert. Somehow the salad, chicken korma and roti did not seem enough. Arya was a foodie and I was sure he'd be disappointed with what I had cooked. I tried to quickly chop up some onions. To say I made a mess would be an understatement. My eyes were watery. I cut myself with a knife. The blood oozed out. I put a bandage on it. The blood continued to ooze out. A couple of drops fell in the barrel. I slumped into the chair in a disgruntled heap and the doorbell rang. Ugh. I looked around. I hadn't been able to clean up as I had wanted to. A part of me wondered if he'd go away if I didn't open the door. The doorbell rang again. No such luck. More urgently this time. My phone started to ring. Arya was calling me. I picked it up. Arya, he said, open up. I'm at the door. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm in the restroom. I lied. Okay, he said, hanging up. I quickly tried to clean up as much as I possibly could in a minute and made a rush towards the door. Hair dishevelled, eyes puffy, a half-wrapped bandage across my pinky finger, absolutely no makeup. I must have looked quite a sight, with no filters, I might add. I opened the door, and there he stood, perfect in every way. From his curly hair to his lovely eyes, to his perfectly manicured hands, to the casual blue jeans and the untucked white shirt, he looked like a vision. What a contrast, what a sharp contrast. He held a dozen red roses. He looked up to me, and it was like his smile froze. I wasn't even smiling. I tried to push my tresses back. I ended up smearing the hair with the batter. Oh no, I seemed to have forgotten to wash my hands. His smile turned into full-blown laughter. I could have just cried. You should have told me, he said. Told you what? I asked. That this was a recreate Bobby party. I continued staring at him. Bobby? Raj Kapoor once said the batter in the hair scene in Bobby was inspired by his first meeting with Nargis. I laughed. Bobby had released in 1973, a whole generation ahead of me, and yet it was one of the most iconic romantic movies, and Arya had remembered. We are destined, Arya. You're my Bobby, he said. The dinner was a grand success. By the time we were done, we were laughing and had made more of a mess. There was no leftover food, which made me feel worse about not planning it properly. The pakoras would have made all the difference. I sighed and said, sorry, Arya. I should have made more food. This was such a simple spread. When love is the main ingredient, even the simplest spreads become scrumptious, Bobby dearest, he said, before giving me a peck on the cheek. I blushed. I still feel very bad, I mumbled. Okay, you can make it up to me, he said. How? I asked. Make me a cup of coffee, he said. I smiled. That I could do. I could make the best coffee in the world. I was thankful I was getting a chance to redeem myself. Just one thing, he said. I paused to look at him. I like my coffee hot. Coffee is not coffee when it doesn't scald your tongue, he said, smiling mischievously. Now, where had I heard that before? The dream, of course. I swallowed hard. I wondered if the dream was a premonition. If so, I had to be careful, very, very careful. I had to make sure I did not repeat the mistakes I had made. I could not morph into a control freak. I needed to let things be. So I let them be. I did not push him to eat more. I did not ask him about his day. I was not going to nag, not for big things, not for small. I was going to make sure our life did not end up like it had in the dream. I handed him the coffee mug, piping hot. After he left, giving me compliments on the scalding hot coffee, I heaved a sigh of relief. Sometimes you cook a full meal, but something completely unplanned, like a cup of coffee, makes all the difference. Life is like that too, I guess. The most carefully laid out plans can fail, while a simple unplanned thing could make all the difference in the world. It felt like I was somehow holding my breath during the entire time he had been there. Like I was checking myself to make sure I wasn't making any mistakes. Well, it didn't look like I had. Things had gone smoothly. He had left happy and satisfied. I was happy too, a tad stressed, but happy nonetheless. I promised myself I'd keep my emotions in check and not push him away like I had in my dream. It was hard, but I did it. I taught myself not only to cook his favorite dishes that took far more time, but also to make his favorite food my own. I was always quick to apologize before any small misunderstanding escalated into an argument. His good morning and good night text would arrive without fail. That was enough for me not to risk anything. Every day that I got up to his good morning, I felt like my sun rose with him, and also set with him with his good nights. He would keep checking on me in between too. One day, his good morning text did not come. I waited an hour before texting him, "Good morning." Nothing, complete silence. I did not know what to make of it. "Are you okay?" I texted him in the afternoon. I was genuinely worried. I even called a couple of times. Nothing. When his text did not arrive until that evening, I thought I should reach out to his roommate or somebody, his friend. I was about to text his roommate Jay when Arya, wait for what? What if it's just one of those things? What if he feels like you don't trust him? And what if it's not? What if it's something bad has happened to him? If it had, I'm sure he would have known by now. Someone would have reached out to you about him. I just don't think you should go crazy on him for not texting. Who knows? He might be going through something at this time. Let him reach out when he can. Give him that benefit of doubt, Arya. You know what happens when you control someone too much. I shuddered at that thought. Okay, I shall wait. When his goodnight text did not arrive on time, I called him. "Hi, Arya." "Hey, Arya," he answered. Arya. He had addressed me as Arya. One of the cues I had gotten about Arya was the fact that when he was upset with me, he would address me with my name. Otherwise, I was Bobby to him. This seemed serious, but try as I might, I could not quite latch onto what had gone wrong. We had had a perfectly normal day the day before. His transformation here seemed quite puzzling to me. "Where were you, dear? I have been trying to reach you all day." I tried pushing away all the thoughts so I wouldn't lash out. "That doesn't help. That doesn't work, Arya." "Does it matter?" he asked. I could not understand what he was saying. "Are you upset about something?" I asked. "Are you upset about something, Arya?" he asked. "No, I'm not. I'm fine," I answered. "Sure?" "Very sure. Why would you ask me that question?" I asked hesitantly. Had I done something wrong? Had I said something to him the day before that I did not realize might have been rude to him? I racked my brain. Had he felt dismissed when I had told him I could not hang out past 10 that day because I had an assignment to turn in? He was generally very supportive of these things, so I could not imagine him getting upset at that. Then what was it? He did not tell me, nor did I ask. I had told myself I would not push him, and I didn't. I love you, Arya, I told him. I could hear a sigh on the other end. Very much, I added. Silence. Then he said, almost reluctantly, I love you too, Bobby. I breathed a sigh of relief. That is all I needed to hear. I didn't need to know what had ruffled him. I didn't need to ask why he had not called. As long as he loved me and knew I loved him, I was good. Good night, I said. You don't even give me a chance to stay mad at you, he said resignedly. Good night, he said before disconnecting the call. The good morning text came on time the next day as usual, and I was ecstatic. I felt like I had gotten over some huge hurdle. But what was the hurdle, Arya? Don't you think you should know what upset him? How would I know that? Well, you have to ask him. What if he gets upset over it? And what if it is nothing, just like you said last time? The waters are still now. I don't want to agitate them and make them murky. So I didn't ask, and he didn't tell. But I did learn what had happened a few days later. I was supposed to join Arya in the cafeteria after my shift ended. The person who was supposed to take over from me was running late, and I was asked to fill in. I texted Arya that I might not make it on time. He told me not to worry, that his roommate Jai was with him. I relaxed. But when my replacement arrived a few minutes later, saying there had been a misunderstanding, I hurried to the cafeteria, hoping to catch Arya there. I saw him sitting with Jay. There seemed to be a serious discussion going on. I could even hear parts of it. I heard Jay thanking Arya for the treat. Well, you won the bet fair and square, I overheard Arya say to him. There was no smile on his lips. His face appeared hard and grim. I joined them, and when we were alone, I asked Arya what bet they were talking about. I somehow knew it had something to do with me, with us. It took some time, but I managed to get it out of him. Apparently, the night before, the day Arya had not texted good morning, Jay and he had stayed up all night. They had been talking and maybe even drinking a little. Arya did not tell me the whole story, but somehow the synopsis was that Jay claimed that I did not love Arya as much as Arya loved me. Arya countered, and they got into an argument. They agreed on a bet to test Jay's hypothesis. The test was that I would not do anything even if Arya disappeared for a day without telling me. That I would not worry, nor would I get upset, nor would I reach out to anyone about his whereabouts. I know I made a mistake in agreeing to the bet, but I was angry and tired, and I somehow wanted to prove to myself more than to Jaya that he was wrong. You did not worry, and you did not get upset, Arya. You did not do anything, did not reach out to any of my friends, he said, his voice trailing to a whisper, like it still hurt him. Arya, are the only emotions that carry weight the ones on display? I asked. I'm not saying that you don't have feelings for me, Arya, but I rarely see them, so sometimes it's very hard for me to tell if they're really there. Not just me, but everyone around me sees the same things I do, he said. I did not know how to respond to that. I did not want to risk disappointing him even further. I had tried so hard, yet somehow, somewhere, things were still falling short. You're so different, Bobby, so different from everyone else, he said. Is that a good or a bad thing, being different? Frankly, I do not know. Then what are you complaining about? I still didn't get it. I am not complaining, Arya. I'm just telling you that sometimes I feel like you're so much in control of your emotions. Like nothing can faze you. Like you're almost like unemotional. I do not see any passion at all towards me, for me, or anything that I do or don't do. My head whirled. Did he realize how much it took me to be like that? Remember the time I forgot to hit the send button and I'd have thought I had texted you letting you know I was not going to make it to our date that day? I had thought that I had texted you, but I had not. Yet, you did not get back to me asking me where I was. Well, you were stuck finishing up a project at that time, I said. Yes, I was, but you did not know that, and you did not bother to find out. I knew there'd be a good reason, Arya. But how would you know that? He persisted. Because I know you, I replied. He looked at me like he did not know what to say. I seemed to be winning the argument. Still, it would have been nice if you had fussed a little, fought with me about it a little, showed me that my not coming on our date on time mattered. It does matter. Well, then, show it to me that it does, that maybe you cared enough, maybe you loved me enough to be worried about me, to be mad at me for not making to our date. Are you serious? Are you saying that I should pick a fight with you to prove my love to you? No, he stuttered. Then? I persisted. I don't know, Arya. I don't know what I'm feeling. That night, I sat a long time caressing Pookie absent-mindedly. What do I do, Arya? Maybe do what he's asking you to do. What do you mean? Push a little, maybe. Don't be so blaze about it. Maybe I could put in some effort to show him how much he means to me. Maybe let my anxieties run amok for a while. So I started down that route, taking baby steps. Whenever he'd be running late, I would force myself to message him. Whenever he couldn't make it for something, I would get sad and show him. He was very happy in the beginning, like he could not believe it. I really tried my best. I would even keep alarms to remind myself to text him. It took effort, but I did it. Not all days were like that, however. There were better days too, many of them, where we would spend hours together, cooking together, eating together, going out together. It was stuff dreams were made of. We seemed to relax around each other. Our final exams were coming up, and there was no time to ponder on these things for either of us at that time. Bobby, the boys are all doing a road trip as the last hooray, Arya told me around the time of our graduation. I held my breath. I hoped that it was just a boys' trip and that I would be left out. Somehow, it felt ironic that I was hoping and praying for it to be just a boys' trip, considering how much I had struggled in my dream to keep him away from taking a boys-only trip for years. That's great, Arya. I'm so excited for you. I'm sure you will have a great time, I said, genuinely excited for him. I don't know, but let's see, he said. He seemed vaguely disappointed. He left a couple of days later on a 10-day road trip, accompanied by 5 to 6 of his friends. As I waved them goodbye that day, I felt like he held me a bit longer than normal as he hugged me. There was a strange energy about him, like he did not want to go. Calm down, Arya, calm down. You might be overthinking this. Why would he not want to go? The boys had been talking about it the entire year. He had made the trip a year earlier too and had thoroughly enjoyed it. There was no way he could be wary of the trip now. But somehow he seemed antsy and more irritated with me than he had ever been. 10 days passed. I missed him, but I didn't call. He'd seemed frustrated with me. Maybe he needed space from us. I hoped distance would fix whatever was wrong. It was raining that night. I was a little worried about their arrival in such extreme weather. They did come, albeit very late. Home, his text came. I gave it a thumbs up. I want to come see you was the next one. Yes, I had been right. That distance seemed to have worked wonders. I knew it was late, but I wanted to see him too. I had missed him so much. Sure, I said. I started to make a pot of coffee. The doorbell rang. I could not contain my excitement. I was seeing him after such a long time. First time since we had gotten together that we had been apart for so long. Arya, he started. Uh-oh. What's up, Arya? I asked him, trying to smile. Why didn't you call me? He asked. What do you mean? I asked. I wasn't expecting that question. Not once in those 10 days did you call me, he said, looking directly at me. I didn't want to disturb you, Arya. It was a boys-only trip after all, I said. He laughed. Didn't want to disturb me by not calling? Jay's girlfriend called him at least 4 to 5 times a day. My throat went dry. I waited, Arya. I waited for your call. Just once maybe you could have asked me how I was doing. Perhaps told me you missed me. Not once did that happen. Not once. I didn't know what to say. The thunder cracked hard as the lightning went awry. Arya, I'm sorry. I promise I'll do better next time. Arya, for once, can you do something because you want to do it and not because I want you to do it? I do want to do it, I protested. Then why didn't you? He asked. I just didn't want to nag you. There, I had said it. Nag me? When I have ever said or behaved that you did? I wish you would nag me. I wish you would get upset with me. I wish I would get a chance to smooth things out with you. But no, you're always so much in control of your emotions. I have waited, Arya, waited for those ironclad emotions to crack. That felt like a staggering blow. I sat down. I'm sorry, Bobby, I really am, he said with downcast eyes. I had to do something to diffuse the situation. I racked my brain and then I saw the coffee pot. I made a beeline for it. Arya, here you go, your piping hot coffee, I said, handing him the cup. He simply took the cup from me and put it on the table. He pulled a chair and sat next to it. He didn't drink it. He sat there simply staring at it. Arya, I said hesitantly. He looked up. The coffee is getting cold, I said slowly. He laughed, a derisive laugh. Do you think I care about the freaking coffee anymore? He asked. I knew at that point that things were bad, really bad. If he did not care about the coffee, that meant that something had shifted, maybe permanently. I am done, Arya. I guess our relationship also followed the same trajectory of Raj Kapoor and Nargis's, that she could never be his Bobby, just like you can't be my Bobby. Wait, Arya, I said as he got up to leave. How can you do this after everything I did to become your Bobby? How can you say something like that? Arya, Bobby was just a distraction. I stared at him. It was Arya I was in love with. His voice softened. I didn't want another Arya. I wanted you. But I knew at that moment there was nothing that I could do or say that would change the course of things. He had already decided that this was over. As usual, I gave in to his decision without a murmur, without a protest. He left. In the rain, once again. What do you think, Pookie? I asked once again. The cat looked up at me. I saw the Cheshire smile again. Fear, dear Arya, fear destroys everything, even love, she said before going back to being Pookie, licking herself clean. End of part 3. Well, I hope you like this part. This was a very emotional ride for me. I had to revise it many number of times before I came up with the final draft. I wanted to pay homage to Bobby, the film, starring Rishi Kapoor and Dimple Kapadia. Of course, the batter scene. I think Dimple Kapadia had flour in her hair, whereas here it was more like the basin batter for pakoras. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the part 3. And once again, I promise I will come up quickly with part 4 because I know many of you must be wondering what happens next in life number 4. And till that time, here I am, Sarah, bidding you a goodbye and hoping to see you very quickly indeed. If you have any comments on this story or anything else, please reach out to me, Sara@kahanisuno.com, or you could reach out to Kabir with kabir@kahanisuno.com. Once again, this is Sarah signing off. Thank you, listeners, for listening to this story. I hope to see you again very soon. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.